Hey everyone, welcome back for some more Pokemon XG Next Gen. Sorry for all the little abrupt cuts early on. No. You know what? I don't even need to bring that up. Greeting interwebs. Welcome back to Pokemon XG Gale of Darkness. Feels pretty good to say welcome back, considering how long it's been to actually hype this up, and funny enough, I'm intentionally taking a pretty long break in between recording sessions. Before I forget, and the main reason why I'm just getting around here, I forgot about something last episode. We picked out what we want to evolve our Eevee into, but we never actually used the Evolution Stone. And I realized it was a subconscious choice due to just the way I typically play when I play with an Eevee. I just tried. I'm in the Stone Evolution mindset and don't want to really evolve right away until I get the moves. But then I remember, like, because it's Eevee, it might actually be better to evolve sooner rather than later. Which, it kind of sucks because I feels like we just got Eevee and barely got to play around with it. But if I want to have this actually be my electric type, the sooner I evolve it, the better. Well, I hit the button, there's no going back now. I mean, I guess I could social experiment to see if I press B for a Stone Evolution. But then I might just be screwed. Also was still debating about going with Flareon, because half the reason I went with Jolteon was I completely forgot I technically did not use a Flareon in the Let's Go Eevee playthrough, because, you know, Let's Go Eevee, it's an Eevee, it has to stay an Eevee. And my Gen 1 playthrough was going to be when I used a Flareon initially, but it felt redundant to have a Flareon and an Eevee, so here we are. I'll admit I was half tempted to just restart the playthrough and play back up to the point I was at just to get Flareon instead. But the recording's already started, too late to go back. We're kind of just in the zone. Still similar. I wouldn't have lost in a Pokemon battle, but those cowards jumped me without warning and punched my lights out. Oh, by the way, you see them running towards the southeast? Or how hell it could be in the southeast. Wow, what brilliant deduction skills you have. Let's see, we have the Meryl. It's not huge power, but what's with these crazy abilities? XG is really generous with giving us priority, I've noticed. I guess it's one way to have a fancy move that's not too overpowered early on. This is actually kind of nuts of a moveset for this early on. Growl, pretty useful for double battles, double team if I want to go that route, and depending on how hard the game is, might be an option I have to resort to. Yeah, some quite a bit of interesting combinations here, but yeah, then again, it might be a little bit before we purify. Taylor cannot be purified. I guess that's good and all, except for the fact that we can't purify Pokemon yet. Okay, so it does look like there's still an item storage. So I gotta get myself back into the old gen mindset of storing away things I don't need right away, so I don't have to worry about over-hoarding. I mean, even this Hyper Potion seems like a little bit of overkill at this point, but I'll just have to make sure I stock up on other things instead. And I guess we're almost out of the prologue-like area, so things will bound to get exciting very soon. The Jofi Wopie, we ran in the air like you wanted. A bad guy tried to stop us, but the next person help us. Oh no. Machine part is right over there. I would humor the concept of trusting a little child with a critical part, but then again, they're basically sending a 13-year-old out to be this hero and savior, so it's not the biggest stretch in the world. Well, then it can't wait for the Purified Chamber to be finished, can it? The heart key is found in this hero, then Shadow Pokemon is ready to open its heart, but that alone isn't enough. To complete the process, the Pokemon needs to go through a purification ceremony. If they had the chamber ready, they could do that, but that's not really the case yet. However, there's an alternative. Any good old fan of Pokemon Coliseum will remember a gate village, and the Shadow Pokemon process within it, or the relic that's tied to the Shadow Pokemon within it. So yeah, let's go. I mean, Shadow Self is honestly a really crummy move anyways, especially when we have Gale Wings. So why not just purify our Taillow now? Typically in my Pokemon XD playthroughs, I kind of like to have at least one Shadow Pokemon on the team, because like the Shadow moves are a unique element. But maybe not for Taillow. I think I'm not 100% sure if Taillow's going to be a mainstay in the team, but it's probably going to be the longest I use a Taillow, because I do like that Taillow despite how paranoid I am of Shadow Chief, or however you pronounce the word. Because it probably made the worst first impression it possibly can with being a freaking 95% accuracy move, and have that shenanigans happen. Has it really been so long since I played XD that I don't remember being a treasure chest right at the entrance here? It also feels a bit early to get Bright Powder. You know what, we could do some really nasty strats with our Taillow. Like, not only does it have double team, and then you can give it the Bright Powder on top of that. Also, maybe I'm getting memories mixed up, but I could have sworn that Substitute was not a TM normally, and something that can give a move tutor. It's been a while since I played Gen 3, so I don't remember every detail. But I'm sure if if they did make new TMs, I'm sure we'll eventually reach. I'm sure I'll notice enough differences to catch on eventually. Apparently not quite yet though. One thing I should do, I'm not sure if it'll work in this setup. Okay, that nugget definitely feels new. They definitely didn't give us a selling item this good this early on in original Pokemon XD. That's neat. It's neat conceptually, if nothing else, that they can do that. Oh, wow. And that, maybe it's just my imagination, but that definitely feels like more berries than we normally get. And that is definitely not a berry that we normally get. I don't even know if that's a real berry. And we definitely did not get berry juice. Okay, I guess this is the one problem with just resetting if I feel the recording session is crummy. First impressions are lost forever. Dasha. Okay, that is definitely a new item. Oh my god. I'm actually kind of hyped, because I wouldn't have even imagined making an item like this being possible. Does that renew? Because otherwise I might end up hoarding it so often that I never actually use it. Yeah, I guess it's just a matter of my Gamecube's clock will actually progress. It is an old Gamecube, so I'm not quite sure how it works with XG. Gamecube quotes. Well, everyone else seems to be super generous today. Do you have? No, you don't have any goodies to give to me at the current state in time. Well, onwards with exploring. I'm gonna try to see if I can make my way to the background there. Maybe check out the move tutor while we're around. So don't mind my random cutting. I'm sure, like, I'm already feeling really unconstructive with my talking. So I'm half tempted to just jump cut. around to different places. I mean, I'm talking smoothly enough for now, but we'll see. When I heard this child calling for me, I came running to see what's the matter. But I found something quite nice. I should know, we should have a battle. If you beat me, I'll happily give you what I found. Should you give it a try? Sure. Great. Now I'm just finding myself questioning every second what's new and what's not. Because I know, like, in original XD, like, the NPCs here would fight you. But I'm half wondering if I'm mixing it up with Coliseum. And for some reason I don't remember this old lady being one to actually do that. No, okay. Maybe I'm going crazy, but I don't recall Charm being a fairy move even in modern Pokemon games. So was that a design choice from the developers of the mod, or am I just misremembering minute Pokemon details incredibly bad? Granted, I feel like I would have lost my Pokemon card over worse things. So accuracy still 75, which is unfortunate, but I mean, I guess a sleep move is a sleep move. Charm would be pretty good, but ironically enough, I don't know if it'll be as good as Growl in this, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, Charm works on only one target, meanwhile Growl works on both of them. So I guess it's personal preference. It'd be useful in a pinch if there's like a really big threat. It can flinch and does damage. It's not perfectly accurate, but 60 damage, super effective on everything. Don't mind the pause, there totally wasn't like some random error that popped up that I have no idea what's causing it. I'm just gonna keep my eyes open for now. Rage mode. Okay. If they're gonna change the daring mechanics of Isle Shadow, I'm not sure if that's just a fancy name change or a complete makeover of mechanics. I don't know how I feel about changing how Shadow moves work. If that is a thing. Like, new is cool and all, but I guess the issue I would have is making changes and not explaining to the player. I'm sure if we're going off XD Coliseum logic, that they'll explain soon enough anyways. But I don't know if it's gonna be soon enough. Like, yeah, I guess I feel a bit conflicted about it in general, because yeah, like the original game doesn't explain everything right away and gradually introduces it to you. But in that same breath, like, what I'm going into this with some expectation of how Pokemon XD plays. So if you're gonna change mechanics on the fly out of the blue, an explanation would be nice. But then again, I might just be overreacting and they just change it to Rage mode because they personally felt that made more sense of a name rather than like Hyper mode, or I forget if it's reverse mode or hyper mode in XD. Well, let's hope I don't get screwed over by bad luck twice. And I guess messing around with the zoom mode like I have, I didn't notice anything too different. Like, it still hurt itself every turn. I wasn't getting crits that often, but that's also a thing tied to Coliseum, I believe, and not XD. I'm feeling kind of bad actually, because it's just been so long that I'm getting my XD mechanics mixed up with Coliseum. They're similar, but they're similar but not the same. And the differences can be subtle enough at certain points that it can be kind of hard to keep track, especially when it's been a while since you last played the game. Alright, so I'm gonna just Charm now. Peck might actually do more. I don't know why I was so worried about avoiding Peck because I didn't have Gale Wings. Tail is still a mighty fast Pokemon. And actually, in hindsight, I could have probably just finished it off here and now. Ah well. Well, of course now the move is hitting every single time. I mean, it is 95% accuracy. I kind of really hope that NPC actually explains Rage Mode, just so I can confirm or deny that it's actually different from vanilla Pokemon XD. I'm sure you'll find it useful. And now Meryl can be purified. Which I might actually purify it because, again, the Shadow move's cool and all, but I find myself, I'm kind of really hoping I purify it and get, like, it's way too early in the game for play rough, so I don't even know what sort of fairy type move they could give us, but I'm kind of hoping for fairy type move just for coverage, especially after just getting out of a fight with two Pokemon that would have been weak to it. Then again, there is a Discord for Calcium and XD mods. I found it when I was looking up and setting up XG before starting to play through. So I guess worst case scenario, I could always just take a peek on that Discord and try to dig out some more info of how the Rage Mode works. If I'm too impatient to actually wait for the game to explain it to me. Because I assume the game's going to explain it to me, it's just a matter of when. Alright. Oh, I got so distracted by the battle, I completely forgot what I was going to do. Well, I mean, I knew. I should say, I almost forgot that we were supposed to see Egon. But first, this. Alright, let's... Oh, I forgot there was items right away, so that's good. Soothe Bell... If we got some friendship evolutions, that'd be nice to mess around with. The game has really been generous, giving us... I think that we have, like... I was gonna say, I think we have 5 TMs, but no, it's only 4. Now... Is this using modern gen logic of Thunder Wave being almost perfect accuracy, and but not perfect accuracy like it used to be? And I'm pretty sure Helping Hand is not normally a TM, so it feels safe to say that the mod took some liberties with the TM pool, which is nice. Like, again, I'm playing this for new options, so any new options that the game's willing to give me is more than welcome. Okay, what's the catch? Because it feels way too early to get Draco Meteor. Granted, I doubt I have any Dragon types that learn this, and I doubt I'll get any for a while, but still. Okay, Wyguard can actually be pretty useful in this game, because it's all double battles. Encore, I feel like I'm gonna hold on that until I get a particular strat. Also, this probably won't be too useful for me right now anyways, because I only have 2 purified Pokemon. Rain Dance, Sunny Day, Taunt, Snarl. So, pretty nice a range of moves to use right off the bat, if not flat out broken. But I kind of just remembered I'm probably jumping the gun anyway. Oh. I mean... I just slept in a stranger's bed when there's a perfectly usable Poke Center not too far away. Okay. Anyways, I was checking upstairs in case there was like an item hidden around or something, because it's been long enough I don't remember the exact details. Egon? Yeah. Well, that's good that we've been expecting you. I would say I'm expecting you, but I mean more so coming here with the expectation that you can help me. Oh dear, I got everything ready. We're ready for our visitor from HQ lab. We're ready. Oh! Yep. Here and ready. Now, the Purified Shadow Pokemon, it must open the heart to its trainer. There are several approaches. Battles are the best, no doubt at all. Well, I mean, that's all good and all, but I'm already doing pretty good with that whole purifications thing. I'm really... Actually, didn't we just get some files? Crane memo. You know, I'm gonna just skim through the crane memos real quick, because the answer might be in front of me and I've been complaining for nothing. Next system... Just reminding you that you should only take shadow Pokemon and not real ones. Or purified Pokemon. Aurora Reader. Night Machine. Purification. Once captured. Missing spacebar. Which I gotta assume is original game because it doesn't look like any of this text has been modified by the mod standards, so that'd be a really odd thing to just randomly not have a space though in the original release that has been playtested by so many people. But so this is all about purification, which I guess is good and all. But unfortunately, nothing about Shadow Pokemon themselves. You know, at this rate, I'm gonna have all my Pokemon ready to purify before we even get the first Shadow, before we get to the first battle in the Gauntlet. Squirtle, Pidgey. Oh, that's right, I have a Jolteon. I'm so fixated on trying to get my Pokemon ready to purify that I completely forgot about that. Oh wow, you got Bite, Baby Doll Eyes. They are definitely not being shy with giving us things that drop attack. Super Fang. This is actually a much more solid move pool for the Poochyena than in the original game, so kudos for that. I guess this is going to be as good of a moment as any to try out if it has a Gale effect from like X and Y or Pokemon games afterwards. Because I'm assuming I'm going to get hit. Yeah, this Pidgey's going faster than me already. No, I called it to get out of the Rage Mode, so it's not necessarily. But I'm no longer at full HP, so if anything goes after me... Oh, that's right, I don't have an electric move quite yet. Let's try this out. So I went first. Still no on the fence if I went first because Table's just a fast one to begin with. Or if it's because of Galing. If it's because of Galing, we're gonna be in for a fun time. But I don't really know how I can fit myself in a scenario where the Pokemon definitely should be going faster than me, because I mean, like, it's a freaking Squirtle. It's not the most speedy boy in the park. Not exactly one that can keep up with Sonic the Hedgehog, for example. I mean, you're doing good, Shadow Chief, but I got my eye on you. Okay, hold on. Old Man Dusty. That does not seem familiar. You know, while I'm here, I might as well see if you got the incense. You have super potions. I kind of wish I would have waited. That reminds me, I never actually talked about the items I got. Got myself 10 potions, a couple antidotes, and a couple paralyzed heal. And I held off on everything else because I believe awakenings are pointless because I can just call them out of sleep. I don't think we're going to run into burn and freeze enough to actually justify. And I guess that's all there is to it. I mean, there's incense, but we can't really do anything with those quite yet. So now that we're done with all that, I believe we can go meet up with Egon. And to do so, we would need to go down to the base of the tree there. So I think now's a good time as I need to hop on into that. Now I think like everyone... Oh, part of my break getting. Okay, pushing on could use a little bit more. And now that Tail's out of that hyper move and all that, I think we'd like bring Zagoon out just to give him a little more action.